Hey everyone, my name's Solteki and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you haven't been here before. Now today we're back on Genshin Impact doing another account review. Today we're reviewing Liz's account. Now I'm super excited for this review because I know that she doesn't play an insane amount. She took a long break and some of the characters are in a bit of a dire situation. But before we jump into it, I do want to say if you want your account reviewed, then there's a link to my Discord in the description. Even if you don't, just join it, come hang out. And if this video was cool, then a like and subscribe would be appreciated. Before we look at the characters, I'm just going to head over to the Spiral Abyss because I have a suspicion that she never does the Spiral Abyss. She hasn't attempted it this rotation. Okay, she's only attempted one and it was in September of 2024. Okay, so Spiral Abyss is not even a thought. Let's have a look at the characters. Mualani, Raiden Shogun, nice. Got Xiangling, I don't know how to pronounce that. Furina, awesome. Nilo. Hutao and Chichi level 90. Wow, okay. And then Wanderer and Mona. We've also got a Tignari and Jean at the bottom here. Looking at the supports, you do have an 80 Bennett, which is great. Beto 2, awesome. Xiangling level 70. Okay, I just really want to jump into these builds. Mualani on 5236. If you are on Obsidian Codex. Oh, 4-star artifacts. Okay. And not Obsidian Codex. Have you got any Heart of Depth on? No, Scroll of the Hero of Cinder. Wait. That is an insane plume. What? Oh my god. Wait, okay. I'm so confused. So, we're using 4-star pieces. These aren't the right set. But these are some of the most cracked, like, artifacts I've ever saw. Okay. This is going to be a confusing review. Why is there a Heart of Depth on Heizo? Okay, so what AR is this account? AR 56. Okay. Sorry, I can't be too mean. Okay, what weapon have we got? At least Tome of Eternal Flow. That's great, right? That's crit damage stat, cool. Level 90 already. C0. Talents aren't horrendous. Obviously, just get them up if you can. I think we're gonna have to give tips character for character. So Mualani, weapons fine, talents get these up as high as you want, and then maybe normal attack to 7 or 8, or even leave it at 6. It's the least important. Artifacts, you're gonna want to try and get a 4-piece Obsidian Codex or a 4-piece Heart of Depth. Obsidian Codex is better though, and it means that you'll crit more because I think that the Obsidian Codex comes with a crit rate set bonus. Get 5-star artifacts. These are cracked, which is annoying because they're cracked for people who use HP. So if you can, try to keep one of these as the off piece, but they can be used on other people. Like this one would be an awesome off piece for Xiangling because of the EM. And this is a great artifact even if you can't use the HP percent. Let's move on to Raiden Shogun. 4158 is pretty low. Energy recharge 223. Presuming you have a 4-piece emblem. You have a 2-piece emblem with some random off pieces and a 4-star. Okay, let's go to weapons. Skyward Spine, it's pretty good. It has the energy recharge. Do you have the catch? No. You can fish for the catch. Try and get the catch. It's amazing. Do you have Wave Break as Finn? No. But yeah, if you don't want to go for the catch and you don't want to get Engulfing Lightning or Staff of Homer, the Skyward Spine's a pretty solid option. You don't really have to worry about replacing that. C0 talents. Depending on how you're using her, if you're using her on field, then you have to get all of them up pretty much. More so the skill and the burst. With any character, just, you know, if you like them, just search up what their, like, skill priority is and get them as high as you want. Obviously, try and get the Skyward Spine to level 90. Let's go into the artifacts. That's honestly not a bad piece, but I just can't recommend you use any 4-star artifacts. So just get in the Emblem of Severed Fate domain and try and get some 5 stars. Did this all go? Oh my god. Okay. I don't know why you rolled that. You got very lucky here. That's a nuts piece. You can keep that on her. That's great. Oh my god. Okay. That's nuts. Roll. That's an insane artifact. Not for Raiden because she doesn't use any HP percent. Okay, if you can find a way to have that on Mualani instead of Raiden, then that is an insane Mualani artifact. But you really need to get an energy recharge sans, or at least an attack sans. For the goblet, you want attack percent or electro damage bonus, as attack percent is fine. That is a nuts goblet for Raiden. It is an off piece, but that's fine. You're allowed one off piece. I would suggest keeping that. And again, crit damage is great. Just, you know, make sure that you get a crit damage piece on the Emblem of Severed Fate. If you don't know, Emblem of Severed Fate increases elemental burst damage by 25% of energy recharge, which means all of this that you're using on your Skyward Spine will just give you extra damage. Hu Tao, 3186. Okay, so no crit rate is going on. Dragon's Bane is amazing if you're using it in a vaporized comp, which I presume you are with Furina, most likely. Wow, okay. Now you can run Hu Tao on a Shimenawa's or a Crimson Witch. Either way is pretty decent. That's honestly not a bad piece. You got 2 elemental mastery rolls, and if you're using it in a vaporized comp, then EM is great. That's not a bad circlet, especially not with the crit damage and on set. The problem is that you have 4 stars as the other artifacts. So you're running an attack percent sans on Hu Tao. Hu Tao actually needs a HP percent sans, because when you click E or use the skill guide to Afterlife, it increases Hu Tao's attack based on her max HP up to a bonus of 400% of Hu Tao's base attack. So yeah, you don't need an attack percent sans. That's honestly a pretty good plume for a 4-star, but you know, not really needed. It might be worth you going Shimenawa's, you know. That's a really good artifact. Okay, let me roll this. Okay, I feel like that is a safe artifact to take to 20 because there isn't an unused stat. You already have a nuts Shimenawa's flower that's on Mualani, which she won't use because it's not one of her sets. So what I'm going to do is give Hu Tao that flower. This plume isn't bad. I'm not going to do it, but I will recommend you getting it to 20. So now you just need 2 other Shimenawa pieces on the rest. This is also really good because it means you can get the Emblem of Severed Fate at the same time, which you need for Raiden Shogun. You also need it for Xiangling, because it is in the same domain as the Shimenawa set. So you can grind for both at the same time. I'm not going to say good Hu Tao, but she already has an absolutely perfect piece. This is a god piece for Hu Tao. Spend all of your time in resin in that domain. Furina's on the Golden Troop, so for the first time we have a character that's on the right set. That's amazing. She's using the flute. Okay, again, Lizzie, Furina needs HP, not attack, so the flute isn't great on Furina. Looking at your options, I honestly think that Favonia's sword will probably be your best in slot for Furina. So I would try and get the Favonia's sword to level 90 or as high as you can get it. I know that you do want her weapon, I think you noticed, but the fact that you also want Risley and you have 3 pulls, you're probably not going to get it this way around, so I would invest in getting the Favonia sword up. Get her skill as high as possible first, and then the ult as high as you want. You can kind of leave the normal attack, it's fine. Let's have a look at the artifacts. You're on the right set, which is great. That's not a terrible piece. Just try and get some with a little bit more HP, but honestly, that's... yeah, it rolled 1 into each. It's not the worst, not the best, it's fine. That's a pretty good artifact. I think that you were probably very happy with it from the 2 attack rolls that she doesn't really need. This one that's on Sucrose is actually probably your best. It's a shame that 1 went into flat defense, but 2 crit rate rolls that are an ER and a HP is probably better than having 5% crit damage. So I'm going to switch that. For the Sans, you want either energy recharge or HP percent. HP percent is fine. It is level 4 and not very good substats. Try and get a better one. If you don't really care, just roll this to 20. You can use it. The Goblet wants HP percent. Hydro damage bonus will do a little bit, but you want HP percent and on the Golden Troop set or a really good off piece since you already have a 4 piece. You want crit rate or crit damage, so this is actually fine. It isn't the worst artifact. You got pretty unlucky with the rolls, but getting crit rate on a crit damage is always good with the energy recharge. Just trying to hope for a better piece, really. So you can either build Bennett as kind of a burst DPS or just a pure healer. I like to have him with a bit of damage, but I think because of the HP artifact that I saw before that you don't have Noblesse Oblige on Bennett, which is kind of crazy. No crit rate or crit damage, energy recharge. Yeah, you're going for just pure healer. If you are doing that, then again, Favonius Sword is probably the best that you have. Sacrificial Sword's great too, but there's a bit too much energy recharge for what you need. You'd rather have the little bio here from Fav Sword instead of the extra slash with Sacrificial. Get Fantastic Voyage to as high as possible, 8. I would 90 Bennett so that you can crown the ult. Obviously, try and get C5 if you can, because it just massively boosts his support and capabilities, sorry. Emblem of Severed Fate can be fine for Bennett, but because I know you don't have anyone running Noblesse Oblige, so you might as well. You're also not using him to do damage, so making it so his elemental burst is increased by 25% of the ER would be very beneficial if you had him doing damage, which you don't. You are kind of just looking for HP and energy recharge in all of these artifacts. I would suggest trying to get some damage out of him, which it doesn't seem like you want to do, but I just recommend it anyway. This is great. I would roll this. Attack percent on the Sands is fine, but it is level 4, so maybe see if you can get some extra value out of it. Try and get a 5-star power damage goblet or HP percent goblet. Then you're going to want crit rate or crit damage, or I guess healing bonus, a HP percent if you just care about the healing. Real quick, we're just going to look at Xiangling. Favlance is fine. If you're doing Vaporized and Dragon's Bane's, you know, amazing, but that is like perfectly fine on her. Especially if you're using the 4 piece of emblem, which you are. Unfortunately, they are like all level 0. I did see this while I was on Bennett, so I'm going to take it up and see what we get. If we can get crit damage and ER, we'll keep going. We haven't. Okay. Yeah, just honestly, the main thing for building your characters is go back to the Emblem of Severed Fate domain, because it'll also give you the Shimenawa set too, which you can build Hu Tao. But your Xiangling and your Raiden Shogun both need Emblem, and then pretty much just any attack character that can use Shimenawas. I know that she doesn't really use the 2-piece, but the 4-piece is good enough for her that it's fine, especially if you have a god piece already on Shimenawas like you do with the flower. Now, I am kind of curious to see what that sort of damage your team can do. So we're just going to do a simple Vaporized team with Hu Tao. Not exactly min-maxing, I know, only using 3 slots, but still I just kind of want to see her damage hitting the Vaporizers. Okay, so we're just going to ult with Bennett and pop Furina's E, so that we're doing a bit of that. I can't really see the numbers, so I'm going to have to look back. Okay, a 10k Vaporize. Honestly, that isn't terrible for a not very well built Hu Tao. Yeah, honestly, I didn't want to make this video too long. I just kind of wanted to give some pointers. Realistically, the only thing that is not it... Where is it? Here it is. The only thing that isn't it either... This is embarrassing. There it is. The only thing that you really need to do to give your account an immediate, like, huge boost is going to this domain and just grinding it out. Shimenawas can be used on Hu Tao. You already have an insane flower. The Emblem of Severed Fate can be used on Raiden and Xiangling, which is awesome. And then apart from that, just focus on whoever you want. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope this video was helpful. If you did like it, a like and subscribe would be appreciated. And I hope you have a good day. See you. Bro, Hu Tao waved as I said see you. That was awesome.